Hello, how you doing? Here I am in sunny northern Nevada in Fallon. I haven't done a YouTube video in so long. I thought I don't know. I was looking outside. I said, man, I should probably update people who happen to follow my YouTube channel. A couple of things. First of all, let's just get these out of the way. The Band-Aid over here is a much smaller Band-Aid than the one that was on for the last 2.5 weeks. It was here. Um, and these nose things and a couple other things in the ear and my shoulder, which you can't see. I went to my dermatologist and found out that I had multiple places that I had skin cancer, squamous, I think it is, and balsamic, or I don't remember. It's some kind of cancer. I don't know. And so they removed it by taking, well, they took their pound of flesh out of me. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Wow. So that was fun 2 weeks ago, and much better now. Got the stitches out yesterday from both my shoulder and my head. And anyway, I'm doing great. Um, I'm going to be the world's biggest sunscreen and wear your hat salesperson, because what I'm paying for is not for what I've been doing since I've been here in sunny Nevada, but I'm paying for my time that I lived in Hawaii back in the 90s. We didn't want sunscreen. What's sunscreen? Sunscreen. We put baby oil on and went to the beach. It was crazy. Anyway, so I'm paying for that now. And all right, so let's get to business. Let's check in first with some things in Oregon for my Oregon friends. First of all, the May 17th primary, of course, is long over, and I think we're just a few days away from certifying that election. Um, Congratulations to former House Republican leader Christine Drazan for winning the governor's race. 19 candidates for governor on the Republican side. Wow. Here in Nevada, our election, our primary election, was Tuesday of this week, and there were 15 Republicans on the governor ticket. What is it with everybody wants to be governor? Can't you just be dog catcher, or like, I don't know. Here in Fallon, we have a mosquito abatement board. You could do that, couldn't you? You have to run for governor. Everybody wants to be. I'm going to be governor. I woke up in the morning. I'm going to run for governor. I've never run for anything before, but I'm going to run for governor. Anyway, okay, off my soapbox. That just drives me crazy. But what drives me even more crazy is that of those 19 Republican governor candidates in Oregon, at least so far, here we are. Tomorrow will be 1 month since the election. Only one, no, now two that I am aware of, Republican candidates for governor have decided to endorse the Republican nominee. And that's Dr. Bud Pierce and Stan Pulliam. Don't know what the other, what would that be? 17, 16, 17, 18, 19? Yeah, six. I don't know what the other 16 are doing. Especially the top 5 or 6 who got, the top 5 or 6 amount of votes. Don't you think that they should by now endorse? Well, we do know that the person who came in 4th place, Bridget Barton, who billed herself as the outsider, strong conservative. Let me just tell you, as a person who's been in Oregon politics for 20 plus years, she was about as outsider as she wasn't an outsider. She's not an outsider. She's as inside as they get. She's been running campaigns for 25 years. All you have to do is go look into her organization, her corporation she works for, Third Century Solutions. They've been backing candidates for years and years and years. So finally, she came out from behind the mirror or the curtain and decided to run for office, and you got what you got. I'm sorry that 40,000 of you Republican voters in Oregon fell for her game, and now she has endorsed a Democrat. Oh, wait, Bill, Betsy Johnson's not a Democrat. She's running as an independent. She's a Democrat. She always has been. She always will be. She just changed to independent because she knew she couldn't beat Tina Kotek head to head. So, she took the easy way out, independent, which no independent's ever going to win. So anyway, so there you go. There's the latest on Oregon news. Now, for those of you who might be watching in Nevada, our election was Tuesday, our primary election. I don't think there were any great surprises. I think there were some upsets. My choices did not do so well. Let me just back up. For those of you who don't live in Nevada, they do not do a voter's pamphlet statement in Nevada like what you're used to in Oregon, the big fat magazine that everybody pays to put their ad in. Here they have what's called a sample ballot. And inside that sample ballot is instructions on how to go vote, and then excuse me, pictures of the screen that you'll see when you go vote. And then they have all of the candidates for all the different races on the Democrat side and then on the Republican side. And so all you have to do is go through here, do your research. Like I always suggest, you do your research, and then you check a little box and okay, that's who I'm going to vote for. And then I just folded this up, put it in my back pocket, and took it right into the voting booth with me, because here in Nevada, you have options. You can do a mail-in ballot and send in from X period to X period, or you can vote early, and that's actually going to a polling place, and there's a machine, a digital machine that you touch and do your votes. You could do that early through June 10th, or you could do like we did, which is do neither of the above and vote on election day. That was pretty cool. I hadn't done that. My wife and I talked about it. We think it's been since 1994 that we last voted in person in a voter, in a polling booth with the people there and the I voted sticker and everything. It was awesome. It was so much fun. So anyway, we voted. I took in my little sample ballot. So let's see how I did on my scorecard. Okay, for U.S. Senate, I chose Adam Laxalt. He won. For U.S. Congress District 2, I chose Danny Tarkanian, but the incumbent Mark Amodei won. For governor, I went with former senator, former state, U.S. representative Dean Heller, but Joe Lombardo, the county sheriff in Clark County, which is Las Vegas, he won. For lieutenant governor, we do have a lieutenant governor here in Nevada. I went with Tony Grady, and he lost. Stavros Anthony won. For Secretary of State, I went with Richard Scotti, which he lost, and instead Jim Marchant won. For State Treasurer, I went with Manny Kess, but Michelle Fiore won. Attorney General, I went with Sigal Chattah, but Tisha Black, but Sigal Chattah won. But my here in Nevada, they don't have a House and a Senate in the legislature. They have an Assembly and a Senate. Both my candidates for the Assembly and the Senate won. Dr. Robin L. Titus, who was our Assemblywoman, is now going to be our state senator. And Dr. Gregory Koenig, who was our county commissioner, is now going to be our assemblyman. So that was pretty cool. All right, so there you go. Now, for those of you wondering about me and what I'm doing, I'm running. I very much have 1 foot in Oregon and 1 foot in Nevada, and they're both firmly planted. Got a lot of people ask, what are you doing for Oregon? Why do you tweet and Facebook and all these things on things about Oregon when you live in Nevada now? I work for a political consulting company. That means we run campaigns, and we are running multiple races in Oregon. We have 3 House candidates. So let me list them. In House District 32, which is over on the North Coast, Dr. Cyrus Javidi. He is running to replace Suzanne Weber, who's running for the Senate, and we're running her race too. So I have Dr. Cyrus Javidi in House District 32, have Suzanne Weber in Senate District 16. Then down in the Salem-Keizer area, what would have been my seat if I had stayed after redistricting, House District 21, we're running Kevin Mannix's race. Kevin Mannix is the Republican nominee for that seat. And then we're running Tracy Kramer, a newcomer. Tracy is fantastic. She's in House District 22, which is Woodburn, Jervis to North Salem. And so I'm very busy. I'm running races in Oregon. I am 100% committed to turning Oregon red. On the other hand, down here in Nevada, I'm running for school board. Here in Nevada, each county has a school board and a school district. So I'm running for the Churchill County School Board, which is Fallon, basically. I mean, there's some very small communities just outside of town, but Churchill County, for the most part, is Fallon, and all the schools are here in Fallon. And so I'm running for school board. Now, here's the way it works. There was no primary because the way the county elections works, if 9 or more people had filed by the filing deadline, which, if I remember right, was March 28th, if 9 or more filed for the positions, and there are 4 openings, by the way, 4 openings. There are 7 total board members. 4 of them are up this year. If 9 or more had filed, then there would have been a primary to get that down to 7 for the general election. But only, or excuse me, 6. But only 7 people filed. So all 7 of us move on to the November general election, and all 7 of our names will be on the ballot, and it'll say choose 4. So the top 4, there's no districts or zones, or none of us are running against each other, sort of, kind of. I mean, there's 7 of us running for 4 positions. There are 2 incumbents that are running. And as those of you who follow politics know, incumbents they start at 90. They start at 90% because of name recognition, and they've been there and they've done that. So they start here. If you want to get past them, you've got to go to that 90, and then you got to go that 10 right over them. Okay? So the power of incumbency is so powerful in politics. So there are 2 incumbents that are running for re-election. That means there are 2 seats that no incumbent's running for. I happen to be a big fan of a fellow who I've met and gotten to know and become friends with, Joe McFadden. And I'm very much supporting Joe McFadden for school board. Obviously, I'm supporting myself for school board. I want you to know, those of you who are in Oregon who are watching this or will watch this, we don't have the kind of issues that are going on in the Salem-Keizer School District, or the Newburgh School District, or the Albany School District, or the new Wilsonville. We don't have. That's not an issue here. But what there is an issue here is, I believe there's an integrity issue, not with the school board members. I want to make sure I'm very careful, and I say I don't have a problem with the school board members that are currently there. I have a problem with potentially integrity with the administration and superintendent. And I think it's time for a fresh change. One of the biggest knocks, if not the biggest knock that I've had against me since I started campaigning, and of course now the campaign's going to get full blowing here in July, is you're the new guy, Bill. You're the new guy. You've only been here since September, not even a year. It's been 9 months. But the problem is, kids are kids, teachers are teachers, schools are schools. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what. The basics are the basics. And we have to get back to the basics in our schools. Reading, writing, arithmetic, and how to prepare yourself for the future that you're going to take on. And I think that things have gotten a little complicated. And I think that there may be some things that have been done by the current superintendent and past superintendents that perhaps need to be corrected. And you know what? I know I'm a new guy, but it is what it is. I have the desire to serve. I have the desire to make this a better place for our kids and our grandkids and our neighbors' kids. I don't have a kid in school. I have a wife who teaches here, but I don't have any kids in school. But I have a kid right across the street. Can't remember his name. You know how I am with names. Daniel, Craig. Anyway, he's in school. I want him to have the best education possible. I want our test scores to come up. I want our overall grades to come up. I want our graduation rates to come up. I want our chronic absenteeism to go down. So these are the things that I'm concerned about, and I'll have more. But I just wanted you to know I'm doing well. And I thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this. Sorry this went on so long, but it's been so long since I've talked to you. I would really appreciate whether you live in Nevada or you live in Oregon or you live in Cucamonga or I don't care where you live. I do still have to raise funds, not like when I ran for state representative. Uh, Nothing like that. That was hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, I just need a couple of $1,000, and I'm pretty close to that. But I could use your help. If you could afford 25, 10, 50, 100, I would really appreciate it. If you'd go to my website, billpost.com, billpost.com, and there's a donate now or donate button right at the top of the screen, and it's safe and secure. You can use your debit, your credit card, or there's a mailing address you can send a check. I could really use your help, especially being new guy. I mean, people don't know me here. They're getting to know me, but they don't know me. And that's going to require, I've already purchased yard signs. It's going to require ads in the newspaper, ads on the radio, banners. I'm going to be in a parade on July 4th. I need signs and banners and stuff for that. I could use your help. So if you don't mind, no matter where you live, it doesn't matter. There's no law that says you can't. If you could afford to send me 25, 50, 100 bucks, I would really appreciate it. All right. That's it. We're 16 minutes long. That's way too long. Christy, hello to you. Thanks for the comments you were writing on the side. Miss you too, but I miss you, but I don't miss Oregon. Let me put it that way. And I do not miss the Oregon State Capitol. I am so glad. You don't understand. My blood pressure was through the roof, and now it's down here where it should be. So I don't miss the state capitol, and I don't miss the politics in Oregon, even though I'm still kind of involved. But I'm not the one that's got his head on the chopping block. I'm helping others. That came out wrong. Anyway, thank you. Have a great day. I'll have this posted on my Facebook page and on my Twitter page and on my website, again, billpost.com, and it's here on YouTube. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself, and also have a great weekend.